What's up, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of Seahawks Central Sports. As you all should know by now, I'm Jordan Hardrick, along with my amazing co-host, Sarah Tamer, here to catch you up on all the sporting events from this past weekend.
Let's get started. We are here in the studio with UNCW cross-country standout, Sarah Hammond. Sarah had the opportunity to travel to Bulgaria and represent the United States in the World Mountain Running Championships earlier in September. Thanks for coming, Sarah.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you explain how exactly you received this amazing and once-in-a-lifetime opportunity?
So I first applied earlier in the summer, right after the track season ended back in May. And I had heard about it from a teammate on the team, Alex Bozeman. He's also on the cross-country and track teams. And so I put in this application, reached out to the team manager, and a few months later, I heard back from them that I had made it. I mean, I completely had not expected for them to select me at all. So I was really surprised, and that's really how I found out about it and how I got into it.
That's amazing. Traveling to a different country and representing not only the United States, but UNCW, like, how did that feel?
It was incredible. It was a lot more than I maybe anticipated, traveling all the way to Bulgaria alone, because my teammates are from different parts of the nation, most of them from out west. So it was quite the experience just to make it there. Missed a flight on the way back. So there was a lot that, goes into all of it. But once you get there, it's very serious, and it got very serious very fast with all of the other countries that you're staying in a hotel with. And UNCW, I know, they were keeping tabs on me, and I was reaching out to my coaches and to my teammates and just trying to keep everyone in the loop while I was gone.
Okay, well, now that you're back from Bulgaria, how does it feel to be back, and what was one of the first things you did when you got back into the United States?
Honestly, the first thing I did was come back and see my family. I missed them. It was nice to just have a day at least to spend with them away from school with my busy schedule here with cross country. So while I was gone, I would say I really got used to the altitude, and so coming back, my first runs back were incredible. And I wish I could live at altitude just so that I could have that feeling every day.
Okay, and what's something that you miss about Bulgaria? Something that you enjoyed there, or something that really stood out to you that you always remember?
I think the people more than anything. Obviously the race itself was something I'll never forget. It was probably the hardest race I'll ever run, and right after the race I actually spoke with my coach, and I told him, my coach here at UNCW, and I said, if every race is supposed to be that hard, I've been running every race way too easy because I even ran this race conservative. So to still be that fatigued, and obviously the altitude affects your breathing, so on every level I was just spent, and that's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my running career.
That's great. Well, Sarah, thank you very much for coming to see us. Thank you for representing the United States along with UNCW.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Our field reporter, Corby Slaughter, took to Chancellor's to see if students could answer some Seahawks sports trivia.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm out here on Chancellor's to see how many students know some basic UNCW athletic questions. Let's see what they say. What conference does UNCW represent in sports?
I don't follow sports.
Isn't it like D1? And we
Southeast Conference? For what sport, all right?
For all the sports.
All sports?
Who is the head coach for the basketball team at UNCW?
I don't know that.
Take a weird...
Coach Keith?
That would be Kevin Keats.
Good job. Correct. Due to the weather, we had to move inside here in the Fisher Student Union, but let's see if anybody knows any more in here.
I guess they do basketball.
What is the head coach's name for UNCW basketball?
No idea.
Well, it's a good thing we have a little more time before basketball season starts. For Seahawks Central Sports, I'm Corby Slaughter. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Corby. Now we have Chrissy Ludwig, who was on the scene of our men's soccer game this past weekend.
Thanks, Jordan. The Seahawks tied 1-1 tonight against the William and Mary Tribe. After coming off of a 2-0 win against the Charlotte 49ers, the Seahawks were hoping to continue their momentum. This game is the main event for UNCW's Alumni Weekend, and the team honored former players as well as Coach Calvin Lane in the opening ceremony. Sophomore goalie Ryan Cretons had 2 saves, and junior goalkeeper Phil Brino tallied 6 saves. After tonight's game, the Seahawks will travel to take on the Drexel Dragons. From Seahawks Central Sports, I'm Christina Ludwig. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for this week's edition of Seahawks Central Sports. I'm Sarah Tamer. Make sure to tune in next week as we dive into swimming and take a sneak peek into basketball season.
And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Sarah and I will be in Trash Coliseum with the men's and women's basketball teams with exclusive interviews and outlooks on their upcoming seasons.
You can keep up with all the sports action online by following UNCW TealTV on Instagram and Twitter and by subscribing below.
I'm Jordan Hardrick. Have a fun and safe weekend, Seahawks, and never forget to be real and keep it teal. See you guys next week.